Most of the time when we think about interior design, we think about how a space look versus how the space feel. I was recently invited to Earth Hour at the Lord Elgin Hotel right here in the core downtown of Ottawa. And I was beyond blown away with how they practice sustainability far more than a design approach. They went ahead and dimmed the lights for that hour, and we had a live presentation with beautiful artists. It was an experience. It was a moment of reflection for myself. And as the lights were dim, it changed my whole perspective, and it changed the whole direction of what I'm trying to do with this channel. Now, if you've been following along for the 100 Days of Propagation with Priscilla, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day and learning about propagation. And the more I taught about propagation, the more I realized different aspects. One, I do not want to be a plant influencer, because there are so many plant influencers out there, so many amazing plant influencers out there where you can learn from and learn practical applications. However, my expertise is in interior design. I have a bachelor's degree in interior design. I am a WELL AP accredited professional. And so the more I took a look at light placement and how we integrate ourselves with plants and how we tend to plants, I started paying more attention to how the environment affects us. Now, not only visually, but mentally and emotionally. And being in that hour at the Lord Elgin Hotel made me realize that 1 hour of the lights being dimmed had tremendous impact on the environment and tremendous impact on the guests. And so what did it look like for the lights to be dimmed and for us to connect in sustainability in a tangible, creative, and fun way? Now, the Earth Hour at the Elgin Hotel also taught me something different. It taught me that teaching paired with creativity really makes a lasting impact in an individual's life. And so before I had the chance to go to that Earth Hour, the light bulb clicked for me as I hit 25 episodes on 100 Days of Propagation with Priscilla series. I realized something. I realized that I needed to pivot, and I realized that I needed to make a larger impact. And so I founded Atelier Maison Verte, a pop-up nature-based focus studio. And the idea here is to merge and intertwine nature with a botanical experience. If you've been following the journey, you know I've hosted workshops all over the city and also had the opportunity to go to Boogles out in the GTA to host one of my plant-based workshops where we're teaching about propagation, planting. The idea of the workshop evolved, and I realized that I thrived off making an impact. I was able to provide an experience to the guests, to the families who were showing up. And when I started looking into brands that I'd love to work with, initially I always thought were corporate environments because we live at home and then most of our lives are at work if we're in a physical work environment. And so that's why I have a deep passion coming from corporate. I have a deep passion for the families and the individuals who are working in corporate environment because we're in those spaces all through the day. And so how do we enhance our wellness? How do we enhance our well-being and our health? Now, when I was doing my research, I stumbled upon the Lord Elgin Hotel. Now, if you didn't know this about the Lord Elgin Hotel, they have a very strong sustainability policy led by a green initiative team. With climate change, this is vital. It's so important. And so seeing hospitality, a hotel that is providing their guests such an experience. And now this experience goes far more than the big sustainable policies. Moving forward, I'll still be teaching techniques that can be applied in propagation, but it's going to evolve in such more than that. We're going to be looking at biophilic, what biophilic is. We're going to be looking into material, texture, experience, and how to connect with nature in a tangible way. So if you've been here for the 100 Days of Propagation with Priscilla's series, the series is not ending there. It is evolving. And I want to invite you on this journey to see the evolution of the series. And I think that's the beauty of starting something. When we start learning how plants grow, we start learning from nature. And nature is the best teacher. It teaches us how to evolve. It teaches us things about ourselves. It teaches us how to be better in so many different areas. How to heal, how to feel healthier, how to feel better. I'm going back to the core of why I started all this. And so if you're ready, let's do it. Let's continue the series together.